All right, so Katie, tell me what happened this past weekend. How was the turnout?
It was low because mainly there was a lot of misunderstanding when people went to sign up. We did put out an email to everyone who signed up that there's not enough people to do it on Thursday, the 17th, that we want to still do it on Saturday, the 19th. There was about 17 people that I was told showed up on Thursday, and good for them. Seriously, good for them. And then we had about 20 people show up on Saturday, and again, good for them, good for them. Anybody who shows up, they showed up, and that's what matters. So I don't know if it's necessarily about how many, it's the fact that people are still showing up. And they did. They've showed up for good trouble both days, in my opinion. So it's still a success.
So a low turnout, but that is going to happen from time to time. How has the reception to your message been? I know in the past, sometimes it's been positive, sometimes you've received some negative, but what's the overall reception, does it feel like, from Otero County people?
You know, honestly, the reception has changed. We do have a lot of angry Republicans. They're going to blast us with it's called coal rolling, where they gas us out with their coal blast. A lot of yelling, a lot of screaming, a lot of angry people. But seriously, the last 2 weeks, so much more positive, horn honks, people actually saying, I'm going to park and join you, and they have. Just quite a bit more positive. And this past weekend, from my memory from a few days ago, literally we had one coal roll, and that was it. We had so many positive honks. Absolutely no one screaming at us at all this time from a moving vehicle. Nothing negative except for that one this whole weekend. It was pretty, to me, it's really turning. I think people are finally waking up and seeing what's happening, seeing what, we've been protesting about.
Now, your organization, as far as I understand, has been dealing with some internal struggles. Do you have anything to say about that?
We have people who are thoroughly committed to protesting, thoroughly committed. They're there every weekend, rain or shine, regardless of whatever's going on behind the scenes. There were a lot of control issues when there should not be control issues in my mind. There's no reason for it. We're all doing the same thing. We're all out there. We're all making noise about our own individual issue. So there's no real need for leadership. It's a team. And for those who honestly can't handle it, being a team player, they tend to just fall to the wayside. So I don't see it as internal turmoil. It's people have found out that this isn't exactly what I signed up for. All we have to do is show up and protest.
Do you think some of that may have bled into why attendance is dropping a little bit?
No. I believe wholeheartedly that a lot of it, the reason why the attendance has dropped, there's considerable amount of heat to deal with. We started from 11 o'clock to 1 o'clock. We moved it earlier because of the heat problem, 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. It is still a heat problem. And that is what I attribute wholeheartedly to the not so many people showing up. However, if there's another big event going on that, because we are affiliated with indivisible.org, they're always planning the next big event. With No Kings, we did a record for Alamogordo. 244 people showed up. So, like I said, there's those, they're going to do it every weekend. They're committed. And then there's those that are just going to show up for the big stuff. And I'm going to take whatever I can get. I'm not picky.
What is the overall message of Otero County People for Democracy?
Okay, so this is a group of people who are Republican, Democrat, Independent. A couple of them are people who have never voted before. A few of them are. And they're seeing what's going on with the Trump administration. They don't like it. Their rights are getting taken away. Social Security is getting threatened. Some of them are losing their jobs, have lost their jobs. LGBTQ community, women's rights, immigration, the U.S. Constitution. It has all been under attack. We've got lawyers showing up. We have police wives showing up because their husbands aren't allowed to. This was just a great big umbrella. That's all it was, is a great big umbrella to have everybody come together under one, being different beliefs, and putting together larger protest, which happened. That was wholeheartedly the point of the group. The Facebook group is to tell you what is going on, what is the next national thing happening, is to keep you informed on what is the news saying, what are your local, here in Otero County, what is Ben Ray Lujan saying, what is Martin Heinrich saying, what is the governor saying, what is Deb Haaland saying. I keep that information, I keep posting it. I'm letting you know there's going to be a protest. I'll let you know there's going to be a boycott of blah, blah, blah. All the Otero County People for Democracy is for is to let you know what's happening in the news, what protests, what boycotts are happening. That's all it's about.
One last thing for you, and then I'll let you wrap it up. This is a question I asked Shara Atkinson a while back. When Joe Biden was a senator, he voted for a border barrier. When Obama was president, he deported between 2 and 4 million illegals. When Bill Clinton was president, he made it very clear that abortion should be safe and rare. Now, the things you just said you're standing for go against what these prominent Democrats stood for in the past. Does that mean the party has changed, or that mean the kind of the progressive liberal standpoint is changing, or how does all that kind of mesh together?
Okay. When you specifically have Trump saying, we need women to give birth, we need women to have babies, that's so wrong. He needs to go have a couple and shoot them out, and because he can afford them. Those who can't afford them, who decide that for their own good, having a child that they cannot afford to raise, that society now wants to take away any help for children, feeding them, food stamps, anything like that, you're going to say Biden, all this stuff. Why is looking backwards really honestly going to be taking away the effect of what's happening right now? How is it going to help? When you're saying, look what Biden did and look what all these other ones did, how does that help right this moment that women have literally lost their right to choose what happens to their bodies?
Actually, I was getting at what you and the organization, how can you stand against it now if you didn't fight against it then?
Actually, this organization, the Otero County People for Democracy, was founded in 2025 in February as a result of Trump's second election and Trump's attacks on Social Security, on his attacks on the LGBTQ community, immigration. Oh my God, immigrants and U.S. Constitution, birthright. I know you're thinking that this is being hypocritical, but it's like just formed this year as a result of what Trump is doing. So I can go back and do prehistory, but the group didn't start as prehistory. The group started this year as a protest group against Trump and his administration.
Speak with Katie O. And Katie, before I let you go, is there anything else you want to say to the people about this weekend's protest or anything else on your mind?
Yes. Okay. As I said before, Otero County People for Democracy, we are affiliated with indivisible.org. We protest every Saturday on the four corners of 10th and White Sands Boulevard from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. We know the heat is a problem. Bring an umbrella. If you don't have a sign, come borrow one of ours. We do have water if you don't bring water. Bring your phone. Always bring your phone. Have your ID on you. Don't engage with agitators. And above all, just be safe. Know your surroundings. And that's it.
If anyone has any questions, how do they get a hold of you?
They can email OCP4, the number 4, D2025 at gmail.com, or they can find Otero County People for Democracy on Facebook and Blue Sky. We are starting up on Instagram here soon, and we have someone else going to help us with some Reddit and Substack. So we're expanding.
Sounds like it. All right. Well, thank you very much.